What's going on, guys? Master Shields here, Champions Martial Arts Center. This is Talk Tuesday, episode number 9. On today's show, we're talking about motivation, free time, and the future. You know, this has been a very fun week. We've had a lot of fun here at the school. Over the course of the weekend, I had the opportunity of joining General Farrader, Lieutenant General Farrader, I might add, and was able to give a TED Talk in Tacoma, and had an amazing opportunity, amazing time with that. It was a blast. Almost 1,000 people at the venue, and it was a really, really good time. So in the next coming weeks, we'll definitely post the link to that video so that you guys can check it out. So this week, we're talking about 3 awesome topics, 3 things: motivation, the future, and how to spend your free time. So question number 1 comes from an awesome parent here at our school. How do you get your kids to be motivated to come and think outside of the box? You know, the big thing I tell every single person that I talk to is, if you want to be something, you have to be surrounded by that something. If you want your kids to be motivated and successful at something, you have to surround them with that particular kind of person. If you want to be a millionaire, you have to be surrounded by millionaires. You can't have these dreams and aspirations of making millions and millions of dollars and all of your friends are unemployed. Doesn't really make sense. The big thing, it's the law of attraction. You become what you're surrounded by. So if all of your kids' friends are getting in trouble and doing bad stuff, there's a pretty good chance that your kid is going to just end up just like that. But if you want them to be motivated, successful, and find what they're good at and find their niche and really follow that particular dream, you have to surround them with people or give them influences and things to follow. You know, a lot of times people try and say, hey, I want you to watch this video of this person, or look up to this guy, look at your teachers, look at your coaches. Here's the crazy thing, parents. Kids don't relate to 35-year-old men. Kids don't relate to 29-year-old women. They relate to kids their own age. So a lot of parents tell me, hey, my kids are just too young. There's no way that my kid's going to be successful at 13, 14 years old. It's just not going to happen. And that's why I call their bluff, because there's kids out there that are 8, 9, 10, 12, 13 doing it and being very successful at whatever they're good at. Prime example, had a great chat with him this morning, Caleb Maddox. If you have no idea who that is, YouTube him, look him up on Facebook, Snapchat him. Caleb Maddox is about 14 years old, and he's a successful author, a successful motivational speaker. If you're a part of our school here, you've seen in our Facebook group, I've posted a video that he posted and really helped motivate people for the case of the Mondays. And this kid's 13 and 14 years old. You know, if you look at a kid that's 14 years old making millions and millions of dollars, if he can do it, why can't your kid? Why can't you? If you're 25, 35, if a 14-year-old can do it, you can do it. The biggest thing Caleb does, he wears this shirt that says hustle. He's all about the hustle. He doesn't sleep. He just goes. His Snapchat is always showing where he's at, what he's doing. This is someone that can motivate your kids. His book is a prime example of that. And I'll post the link to his book in this video. I think it's crucial, if your goal is to motivate your kids to think outside of the box, to be passionate about what they're good at, you have to find some kind of a role model. And again, like I said, someone in their 20s, 30s, even 40s, that's not going to help them. You need to find someone their same age. Caleb just did a Facebook Live the other day with a little girl who has done over $80,000 with a specific topic. And she's like 9 or 10 years old. So again, if these kids can do it, why can't yours? What's holding your kid back? Nothing. The biggest thing you have to do is just surround them with influences. You have to surround them with positive influences. Give them resources. Find out what they're good at. If it's video games, put them in a video game group. Teach them how to, program video games, play video games, demo video games. Do YouTube walkthroughs of video games. Do analysis of how the game's put together. Really break it down. You think Nintendo and Xbox and Sony, that they're not watching YouTube and seeing who's doing what and seeing how their games are doing? You think all these major manufacturers of video games aren't watching YouTube to see their reviews? They are. And so if your kid wants to do something they're good at, follow what they're good at, find influences, and help them facilitate that particular passion. That's truly how you're going to help them. Again, if they're just the couch potato, there you go. A lot of times parents say, my kids are just lazy on the couch all the time. Simple. How do you make a better couch, a more comfortable couch? Take a negative, and now let's make it a positive. Now these kids want to have comfortable couches where they're being able to lounge and all kinds of stuff. Think about the creator of Lazy Boy. You think that person just magically fell into something? I'm sure they had to create a comfortable chair, a comfortable couch that people wanted to sit on. And then they have all these different furnitures and different things, and that's what you have to do. Find what they're good at or not good at. Again, if they're lazy, cool, let's create a better couch. What would make you never want to leave this couch? What would you do? How would you function? How would you make this work? Think about stuff like that. If they like video games or sports or martial arts or YouTube, find what they're good at and start helping them. That's how you get them to be motivated. You give them things that they're interested in. You give them influences that's going to help them get to where they want to be, and you facilitate that. You help them get there. Question number 2. Should I prepare my kids for the future? And this is a great question. I'm a huge football fan, as you can tell. I love the Ohio State Buckeyes. I'm a huge Buckeyes fan. National champions, amazing team. This weekend is the draft, the NFL draft. And Ohio State has one of the best draft classes going into the NFL this year. So what does that have anything to do with how do you prep your kids for the future? Well, hear me out. Think about all the guys that are going into the draft. Joey Bosa, Ezekiel Elliott, Eli Apple, all these amazing football players, only college students. But it didn't just start in college. It started way back when they were kids. Their parents found what they were good at, and they invested in their future. They prepared them for their future. If these kids really liked football when they were 6, 7 years old, and they were playing Pee Wee football, those parents made sure they were at every single football camp. They were at every single anything, any workshop, seminar, event they could go to, and that helped them get to where they are now, having huge careers on the brink that they could potentially make millions and millions of dollars, all because their parents invested and prepared them for the future. If you prepare your kids for the future, they're going to be able to be very successful. Think about this. If you're a millionaire right now and you say you're 35, 40 years old, what would have happened if you would have started and been prepared when you were, say, 10? And you started that way. This ties in with the previous question. You have to put influencers in front of your kids. You have to make them what they want to be. Last week we talked about the Golden State Warriors and believing. You have to be the person you want to be. You have to be that person in your head, in your mind, and you create this person that's going to get where you want to be. You definitely want to prepare them for the future. Find out what they're good at. What are they interested in? What do they like? And then you start getting them into workshops, seminars, getting them in front of people that are really awesome at that particular thing. If your kids like reading and they like writing and they love books, get them in front of authors, get them to bookstores, get them to just in front of people. English Lit is going to be a huge thing for them if they love books. Find out what they're good at, what they like, and then you start investing in that. So rather than preparing them for the future, you're investing in their future, which ultimately prepares them for what's going to happen. You want to have your kids be multimillionaires when they're 25? Start them when they're young. Teach them about money when they're young. Open up bank accounts. Teach them how to save. Teach them everything you possibly can. And if you don't know how to do it, find someone that does. Find books. Find whatever it is that can help you facilitate what you want to be. Because if you believe what you're going to be, you ultimately will be that person that you believed in. If that makes any sense. So again, should you prepare them for the future? Of course. Better answer, better question should be, should you invest in their future early? And that's a definite yes. Find out what they're good at. Really facilitate that. Be that parent that is just so involved, so hands-on, that's going to push them into the next level. Again, if you go back and look at Caleb Maddox, that's his dad. his parents did that. They invested in him young and taught him what to do, and then now the guy's all over the planet doing amazing things, talking on CNBC and I mean, you name it, the guy's everywhere, and he's 14. So should you prepare them for the future? Of course. Better answer, you should invest in their future early. Find out what they're good at, find out what they enjoy, find out what makes them tick, and you help them go from there. If you have questions how to do that, shoot me an email, I'll definitely help you. Again, this goes back to the couch question, the couch answer. You know, if you always look at your kids and say, man, they're so lazy, they lay on the couch. All they do is watch TV and lay on the couch. Well, think about this. If all they do is watch TV, there's a pretty good chance that person could be the next person that creates the 5K TV or the 8K TV or the 12K TV. They take what they're into and make it better. That person can make something so much better than what we already have. If they're always on the couch, how would you make a better couch? How would you make this more comfortable? What would you do? What would you want to be on? We're currently looking for a mattress for our bed right now, and I was looking on the internet, and there's a new mattress called the Purple mattress. And this mattress is completely innovative. Someone was laying on a bed and they thought, I can make this better. So they were laying down being lazy, just like most of us think our kids are, and they created a brand new mattress that's absolutely incredible, and now they're multi-millionaires because they followed what they were into. They wanted to be lazy and lay around, and that's what they're doing now, is making amazing mattresses. So help your kids follow their heart by investing in their future rather than scaring them and trying to prep them for what could happen. Let's help them make what could happen, happen. Let's make it a reality. Make sense? The last question that we have is, you're a small business owner. What do you do in your spare time? You know, I think a lot of people need to change their thinking and change their mindset for this. I always talk about mindset. This is one of my biggest things, is if you change your mindset, you can become whatever you want. You can create whatever you want. Instead of thinking of spare time, because think about this. Time is the most valuable thing that you have. You'll never get your time back. The past 5-10 minutes that you've been watching this video, you'll never get that time back. The 8 hours prior that you were working today or doing whatever, you'll never get that time back. So whatever you invest your time in, you don't get that back. So you want to make it valuable. So I don't really look at things as spare time or free time, because time isn't free. That's your time. You're giving that time to something, whether it's a relationship, a friendship, a job, something. You're investing into that. So rather than thinking spare time, think about what do you just do with your time as a business owner. When I'm not running the business, I'm spending time with my family, spending time and playing with my daughter. That's an important thing, because you don't get that time back. If I don't spend that time with them, I don't get that back. I don't get that luxury of getting to redo another Tuesday. I can't redo today. This doesn't happen. So the biggest thing that I've learned over time as I get older is the most important thing, the most valuable thing is not assets, it's not your business, it's not what you own, it's your time. What are you doing with your time? The most important thing with time is, what are you investing it in? Are you investing it into relationships? Are you investing it into TV? Are you watching hours upon hours of The Walking Dead? What are you doing with your time? That's the most valuable thing you have. Think about this. If you were to get paid $20 an hour for your time, how much money would you make watching TV? How much money would you make sleeping? How much money would you make sitting on the couch doing nothing? Your time is the most valuable thing that you own. That is your prized possession. Don't waste it. So spare time for me, or off time that's not working, I'm reading books. I'm learning. The biggest thing a lot of people don't do is continue to invest in themselves. Invest in yourself. Learn as much as you can. Be a sponge. Even after school, continue to learn. What can you learn? How much can you gain? How much knowledge can you gain? Because that knowledge will take you to the next level, will take you to where you want to be. That person you're believing in, that you believe you can be, that knowledge you're learning now will ultimately catapult you to where that person is. Make sense? So spare time is not spare. It's not free time. It's your time. Your time is the most valuable thing. So sorry for getting philosophical with that answer. Again, free time, spare time, however you look at it, remember that your time is the most valuable thing that you have. So again, I'm spending my time with my business, my students, our family, my daughter, my wife, and just really investing into that, investing into relationships, and really cultivating those, because that is truly what's going to help you become the ultimate person you want to be. Because if you don't spend time on things that are valuable and important, you're just wasting it. If you had $1,000 in your hand, nobody would just set each $100 bill on fire. Wouldn't happen. You wouldn't do that, because that's valuable. So whatever you're investing that into is important. So until next week, guys, you keep asking questions. I'll keep answering them.